Hello guys, welcome to the channel. Bob here, and I'm back doing another vlog. The last one seemed to be pretty popular. I think it's quite good to communicate in this way. I know that lots of other channels kind of do it, but I guess you know, when I was doing it, when I sort of started doing it, it was all about just recording one video with no editing and just putting it up, and that was it really. But now I think it's quite good because you guys come here and you've been listening to me, some of you, for quite some time, and I think it's quite a good way to. I think it's quite a good community thing, because you come here and you don't know anything about me, but you listen to my videos, you say really nice things, you know, and yeah, and I just think this is probably a good way of just sort of, you know, expanding the relationship and that kind of thing. So I think I'm going to try and do one of these every week if I can. You know, all things being equal, depending on how things are going. And what I'll probably do in them is try and tell you what's going to be coming up during the week if I can. You know, I mean, you know, a situation, and it's probably quite difficult to stick to kind of, you know, a routine or a, you know, me sitting here telling you I'm going to be doing this and it doesn't happen, and you're thinking, well, what, you know. But I am going to in these I'm going to try and sort of tell you what's coming up for the week, and also it might be quite a good idea to go back and just cover some things that came from the previous video or from the previous week. That might be one of the things to do. And I'm also going to be showing off some old tat. That's going to be. I need to try and find like some kind of title for the video. These sort of videos, Bob's tat or something. You know, where I just show off some stuff that I've got. That might be quite interesting actually. You can just see some stuff I've got lying around. Some of it's quite interesting, I think. Some of it probably not so much, but we'll see how we go. But before we start, I want to say thank you to everyone. Support's been awesome. Yeah, it's just been really great. Quite overwhelming, really. You know, I've kind of got to a point where I'm kind of thinking about, it's kind of giving me a bit of a purpose. You know, I'm kind of thinking, which I haven't had for about 18 months. So I'm kind of thinking about what can I do. You know, what sort of things can we do? What can I do to make things good? You know, and whatnot. So yeah, so that's all been really, really good. I'm actually on the channel at the moment. Yeah, so thank you for the support. And also, I've now got 4 patrons, which is yeah, it's sort of really humbling and quite amazing, really, that people like what I'm doing enough to say, you know, here's some cash, go, you know, just go with it and see where it goes. I mean, that really is awesome. Yeah, and I can't thank you enough for that. That's really, really good. And I'll try and keep the content going and make it as interesting as possible. But yeah, but it's just overwhelming. You know, I don't really know what to say. But it's, I mean, it's small. But that's how it goes, really. You know, like from small. From small acorns, big trees may grow. You know, that's the thing. And I can just carry on doing this till the end of time. Who knows? But anyway, yeah, that's that. Thank you anyway. But also, I want to say a special thanks to Malcolm, who has done some like banner art. He's done some artwork from a channel. He kind of saw the video last week, could see what I looked like, and then he went and did some art, and he sent it to me. And if you go to YouTube and Twitch, you can see it on there. I apologise for the YouTube one at the moment because I'm a massive noob, and I'm not quite sure how to get. I know that on the YouTube, when you YouTube used to have like when you put some artwork up, it used to. I'm sure I used to remember it sitting in the whole background, but maybe it's because I'm viewing my own channel, but I can't seem to get that up. So the wonderful artwork that Malcolm's done is there's a small chunk of it, but it's weird because YouTube is asking for. It says it prefers an art size of 2560 by 1440, which is massive. And yeah, and obviously when I resize the artwork to that and I put it up, you only really see the banner, and you can't really see the whole. Well, you can't see hardly any of the artwork at all. So I need to try and work out what I've done wrong there and see if I can edit that. Maybe when you guys go to the channel, maybe you can see the whole picture. I'm not sure, but it just does look awesome. I just chuckled long and hard when I saw myself in this yeah, his representation. But it is really really funny. And so yeah, go and have a look. But at Twitch you get. Let me go to Twitch. I think it's at Twitch. I think if we go to Twitch you get more of an idea. Twitch. If I go to...
For free. Then I had to...
go away, whoever you are. If I go to channel... I just hate Twitch and stuff sometimes. If I go to my profile... If I go to my profile, you can kind of see a bit more of the picture there. There's more like a banner and stuff. That's really good. If you go to the channel, what I did was I had the artwork as my splash screen for when I'm offline, basically. But that hasn't come up. It was coming up on. It was coming up. Now it's not. That's because Twitch and YouTube are crap, essentially. Yeah, but thanks, Malcolm, for that. That's brilliant. I laughed a lot, and it was really awesome. And yeah, if you go to Twitch, you can kind of see it a bit more if you go to my profile. YouTube, I need to work out how I can incorporate more of the picture in the banner, because they've asked for a huge picture, but they're only showing a bit of it. So that's weird. Yeah. But what I was going to do, let's go on to... there's a couple of things I'm going to talk about from the previous vlog video. One of those, funnily enough, was people... It's funny how you get... people listen to your talk and they get an idea of what you're going to look like, and then when you turn up or when you meet them, you know, it's just completely like, what? Is that really what the guy looks like? And there was quite a lot of that. I know a couple of people kind of compared me to other people, like famous people. I think someone. I'm just looking. Give me a second. Oh yeah, Sarcasm Skaggs. I look like Dan Abnett. If you go and look up Dan Abnett, I do look a bit like Dan Abnett. But I used to get, like, when I was young, very young, and a bit more handsome. So I used to get, some people used to say, you look a bit like Andre Agassi, but I never saw that. I think he's a lot more handsome than I am. But Phil Mitchell and Grant Mitchell was something I used to get quite a lot, because I've had this hair, or lack of hair, for quite some time now. Yeah, so that was something that I used to get. And also, I think someone... I'm just reading through the comments. Oh, that was it. Yeah, so someone said you look like a proto. God damn it! Oh, proto hipster, which was I really laughed at as well. I think, I mean, I should have looked it up. I didn't look it up. But proto hipster, I'm assuming, means that you're kind of like, or you look like, you know, you look like something, or you're something before it became kind of popular or culturally sort of, you know. So yeah, I suppose. I've looked like this now for quite a long time. I've had a beard for. I used to have a bit of like a goatee, and then I went for the full beard, but that's been quite a long time now. So yeah, proto hipster probably. It's quite weird actually. You see people, you walk around, and I see young men with kind of beards, and it's obviously become and having your hair cut a certain way. It's obviously become a bit of a thing, which is quite weird. Because I think women's obviously fashions and stuff are dominated, they're governed by looking good generally. That's kind of how. That's the whole sort of point for themselves, and you know, for their husbands or whatever. But I think I guess men's is the same. But it's funny because I always assume that women were not keen on beards. So I'm quite surprised that it's become a popular thing to have like a big bushy beard. I have to say that the young men that I see, their beards are a lot more shaped and stuff than mine. I probably need to get some beard oil or something to make it look a bit more tidier. But yeah, that was That was quite funny. And then my wife said it as well. She said to me that because we met through work, we worked in the same place but in different locations. So I spoke to her on the phone first of all, and she said that when she used to talk to me on the phone, she thought I would look like some sort of Oxford Don. And then when we met, actually at the time, I looked like Sid Vicious. So yeah, it was a bit of a bit of a weird thing. Yeah, but that was quite interesting. Just see comments, just people listen to you over a period of time, and they build up an image of what you probably look like, and then that turns out to be pretty different. Because I mean, I've always been alternative generally, even from I'd say pretty young age. But my style now is quite weird. You know, we went to London at the weekend, and we went to some shops. And my wife's always pointing out clothes. Oh, you'd look good in that and that kind of thing. And but I haven't really lost that kind of alternative kind of feeling. Whatever, I don't know where it comes from or what it is, but I just like looking a certain way. And yeah, but I've kind of got to an age now where there are certain things I probably can't really get away with wearing. So it's all about kind of trying to find a style or not. I mean, I guess that's part of the thing. I've never really been worried too much, except when I was really into like the punk and goths and metal scenes, that kind of thing, where I did kind of dress appropriately. But anyway, that's enough about that. That was quite funny. Yeah. So what can we talk about next? So I'm going to talk about London next. I don't know if anyone lives in London who watches. I'm assuming some people do, but I was born in East End of London, believe it or not. And I went back there, went to my mum's, went back there, and it's quite weird because lots of things have changed completely. I mean, it's culturally diverse in comparison to where we are now, to an extreme level, and I like that. I think that's good. A lot of people don't. And I'm sure that you probably, if you're not in the UK, you probably heard that there's a couple of kind of right wing parties that have been doing quite well. Unfortunately, just my opinion, in the UK in the last election, like UKIP particularly. But London is culturally really, really diverse. It's quite weird, coming from where we are, where it's not, where nearly everyone is white. But the other thing as well is that there's a strange mix, because East End has become quite trendy, and they're building, like when we came out the Blackwall Tunnel, and we were driving to my mum's, which is about 5-10 minutes from there, 10-15 minutes I suppose, and that's where our car was brought up around there. But there's a load of construction work going on, so there's loads of massive cranes everywhere in the skyline, which is unusual because I've never seen that in London before. London was kind of already pre-built when I was born. You didn't get much development. But now I guess you've got development companies buying up land and old buildings. A lot of old buildings there, factories and stuff that are now no longer being used. So yeah, I guess they're all buying those up and building up. Yeah, so been building up these big apartment blocks. So you've either got apartment blocks in various stages of completion, or you've got big billboards advertising apartment blocks coming soon. So it's really weird. But there is this strange combination. It's as I said, it's multicultural. It's very, very culturally diverse. You've still got the people. You've still got the natives. The London natives are still there, but you've also got, it's also changing more towards more trendy. You've got people with money kind of coming in and buying these apartments because links to London are fantastic, and it's not far from central London at all. So yeah, that's it's quite weird to go back, and coming back here it's almost like a different country. Very, very, very strange. But anyway, let's talk about channel stuff. What's coming up? This week I'm going to try and do some of the norm. I'm still going to be doing EverQuest and Lord of the Rings Online. Lord of the Rings Online, I'm still mucking about with characters at the moment. What I don't want to do is record a load of stuff with a character. So I've done a Beorning, and I love the Warden, that from the previous video, but I am still up in the air as to what class to play. But the beauty of Lord of the Rings is that everything levels quite quickly. So for the first sort of 20-30 levels, you can breeze through that. So that's quite good because it gives you an idea of what the class is like. So that's kind of what I'm planning on doing. I don't really have a huge amount of choices, believe it or not. It's got kind of either the warden or the captain, really. The building I kind of want to carry on as like a, you know, I want to try and do a story-based sort of thing with that. A bit of role playing or something maybe, but for a character to, I think I probably mentioned it, but I really like doing skirmishes and raids and stuff, but kind of also doing them on my own as well, you know, as well as sort of in a group and whatnot. So yeah, I'm kind of looking for a class that is would allow me to what can I say? Would allow me to experience as much of the game as possible on my own if I need to. So that was kind of, and that's kind of led me to the warden, because I know the warden is classed as being OP, but I'm playing it because I like it. But I also like the captain. I like the whole thing with the captain because one of my favourite Tolkien characters is Turin. I'm sure I've mentioned that before, and the captain kind of fits in with that. You know, he was kind of like a leader of men. He was a captain of wherever he went. He was, you know, his personality and his abilities generally led him towards being kind of leader of some kind. And I'd like to play a character that fits in with, but he's also quite flawed, which I really liked. So I'd like to play a character that kind of fits in with that. And the captain, you know, seems to fit some of those things. So I'll have to see how that goes. This week on EverQuest, I'm hoping to move Mugwort to City of Mist finally, to do some faction stuff. I need to do part 4 of the epic thing because I've got another spirit to go and see and turn in a gem. I don't know if I need to do Black Dire before I can do the faction work, or if I can just skip that for now and sort of come back to it later when I'm able to do it. I'm not sure. I'll have to check that. If any of you guys know, let me know. If I can just start doing the the faction stuff without doing Black Dire, that would be good. So yeah, I'll have to see. But also going to do someone mentioned it to me, that someone sort of said that you really need to be doing, I keep saying someone, sorry, I'm not sure if people actually want their names read out or not. I don't know, but it was pointed out to me that EverQuest and Lord of the Rings Online are not really going to get you very far, particularly with regards to doing this as like a career type thing. And they're right, you know. That's something that I kind of realised quite some time ago when I was first kicking these ideas around. And there's no reason why I can't do other games on the channel, you know, because I don't just play those 2 games. When I'm playing, if I put a video up from a different game, that is not in place of a. I know that most of you guys come here for Lord of the Rings or EverQuest. But when I do put other games up, that's not to the detriment of those 2 games. You know, it just happens to be that I'm playing those games. So, you know, so there are some things that I want to do. Like Fallout 4 is coming up. I'd like to do some stuff with that, either streaming or YouTube or both. There's a couple of games recently that come out that quite interested me. One of them is the Beginner's Guide, because I used to work in the games industry, and I've always been one of those that's been a bit sort of I'll talk about that when I do that game, because I think I'm going to do that as a YouTube video. So we'll talk about that rather interesting game then. And I think that's it, guys, really. Yep. I think I've talked myself out. But this video is partly to do with showing tat. So that's what we're going to do now. Is it worth me positioning the camera? What I'm going to do, I'm going to stop this here. I'm going to position the camera so that you can see the tat better. I'll be back in a minute. Hello guys, welcome back. So I hope that you can see this okay. So this is my first bit of tat that I'm going to be showing off, and it's essentially it's Silmarillion. It's the first edition, first printing, and it's the US version. So I thought it might be quite interesting to show you. This is the sleeve, essentially. The camera's a bit slow in sort of in focusing on it, but yeah, this is the sleeve essentially. It's really nice. I believe the artwork was done by Tolkien himself. He did an awful lot of artwork himself, and I really like that. Got the old chap on the front. There he is, old Johnny boy. So that's the sleeve, and it's a bit tatty and stuff, but it's in quite good condition considering it's 38 years old. I think this was printed in 1937, but this is the book. 1977, sorry, but this is the book itself. As you can see, this is pretty neat condition. I love the cover. That's really good. I hope it's not too bright, but let's go in and have a look. I don't know about anyone else, but I love the smell of old books. There's just something about it that's really good. Just you can smell the history, can't you? You can smell the yeah. So yeah, this is the first. Got some runes here, title and stuff. Now this is where it says, this is the forward, and this is the printing information. And if I hold out to the camera, hopefully you can see that says first printing, first American edition. There we go. Yeah, so this was printed in 77. So I was 7 years old at the time. There's no artwork, I don't believe. I believe it's just text. I think it's not until quite recently that you started to get more artwork in Tolkien's books as they get reprinted. But what there is at the back, which is quite interesting, is that, and it's actually stuck in, so I don't want to take it out, but there is a map of Middle Earth. Look at that, and that is mint. Let's see if I can now I think Tolkien, or maybe his son, may have done this. Actually drawn this map. I should turn it round, really, shouldn't I? I'm a bit worried about damaging the map. There you go. That's quite good. Camera's not so bad. You have it on full screen. Yeah. As you can see, it's not really Middle Earth. Well, I guess it's kind of a part of Middle Earth, but as it was back, way back, back in the day. What I should probably do is I should probably try and marry this up with where it kind of would be in relation to other stuff. I have to say, I mean, I kind of should have had a look beforehand. I used to study the maps and all that kind of thing, and pretty much knew quite a lot about what was going on with them. But I'm not sure. I can't remember for the life of me now where this is in relation to the parts of Middle Earth that we're more familiar with. So I need to kind of check that out. There's Silmarillion over here, the mountain range. I wonder if this is more to the north or more to the south. I'm just trying to find a point where I can go, no, but it's not. So it might be quite interesting to try and sort of match that up. If any of you guys know, then yeah, just shout. But that's it. That is my first bit of tat. Bob's tat that I'm going to be showing. It's it's Silmarillion. It's the first US printing, first edition, and it was given to me by a very good friend. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon.